Hey everybody, Economic Ninja Hero. Hope you're doing good. The drama keeps getting worse in China. Quite frankly, I believe that we are moving into a panic phase in China. It started with Evergrande, then it went into many other companies, and now we're seeing another company start to collapse with its bonds drastically dropping today, one as bad as 50%. So let's get right into this. And then we're going to talk about it. Again, I'm going to link the story below. It says, with the world eager to move past the Evergrande drama, Bloomberg reports that Shimao Group Holdings dollar notes dropped as much as 12 cents on the dollar, with the sell-off spreading to other company bonds, including Sunac China Holdings and KWG Group Holdings. The sell-off was so steep, trading was halted in 6 of Shimao's yuan bonds, after they had plunged, with one falling more than 50%. And here is just a quick chart. Absolute, just normal plunge. Now I'm going to go over a couple of quick statements here. It says, now while nowhere is near as big as Evergrande, Shimao's, if I have that, I hope I have it pronounced right, is China's 13th largest developer. By contracted sales, we're talking about real estate development, among the largest property debt issuers, with about $10.1 billion in outstanding local and offshore bonds. Keep thinking about the offshore bonds, okay? It talks about the different type of junk ratings and things like that the bonds are at. But right now it says, in quote, a major price collapse or downfall of Shimao will cause lapse in confidence in over investment grade names in China property, which acts as the final refugee in the sector. Okay, and this is from Anthony Luang, head of fixed income at Metropoly Capital. He says the impact could be more devastating than the debt crisis at Evergrande or Casa, because they were much lower credit quality, he said. Okay, now that's a very good statement. Okay, so these are lower credit quality rated bonds, all right? You're looking right here. The company has junk BA1 grades. So these are lower graded bonds, right? We are seeing a systemic collapse slowly. I'm so sorry about the sawing. There's going to be some loud sawing in the background. I'm sorry. It's been crazy around here. But I want to get this information out to you because it's absolutely vital that people start to realize the narrative and watch a collapse as it happens. I had the privilege, and I say a privilege because I was prepared, sold off most of my real estate holdings in 2006 to watch Bear Stearns and Lehman happen in real time. And when I was watching that happen, people had no clue what was going on. And it was almost like it hit them overnight, but it was not overnight. And we're seeing China's property sector, I mean, a country that is so big, we're talking about the second largest, right, in the world as far as GDP, to sit there and say that this is not going to reverberate through the rest of the world is an understatement. And when I bring up the fact that we have, here, I'm going to turn this thing a little sideways. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. When we have the facts that they are the second largest country as far as GDP, but that they're already starting to default on their offshore bonds, which are held by pension funds throughout the world, right? And that a lot of people don't see that. You see, a lot of people are not going to see the effects of these defaults. Like right now, I just saw a story come across where BlackRock is having to write down billions of dollars because of Evergrande's issue. Well, they're not the only ones, and Evergrande's just one. You have Casa, you've got all these other companies in China that are defaulting right now. We've had, years of watching documentaries on Chinese real estate markets, and regardless of how you feel about it, how let's say, if you think that they were a little wild for creating those ghost cities, the facts are they're there, and we got to deal with it, right? And so what I'm trying to point out is that there are people that aren't going to see the effects of these ripples of not paying on these bonds for months and months because of how long it's going to take to get into, Q4 of 2021, Q1 and 2 of 2022 earnings releases for all of these hedge funds, pension funds, things like that. And so I'm not saying to go panic right now, but what we're seeing right now is something that is not going to be just in China. And I can, I'm not a professional trader, but I'm going to tell you right now, to sit there and think that this will not have ripple effects. I mean, think about Lehman Brothers alone in 2008. Lehman Brothers is blamed for taking out the world. Well, they don't want to really blame the real reason, because mortgage-backed securities were insane and they were lying about the true value of them. Well, the problem is we've seen that already in the bond market. You've seen companies like Fitch, Moody's, and S&P come out and they go, oh yeah, this is bad. Well, no duh, it's been collapsing for 2 weeks. Copy. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your opinion. It's a complete joke. And they're always late to the party because they're why? Just like the Federal Reserve and other central banks, they're reactionary. They're not proactive. They don't have plans way ahead of time. They are reactionary because they don't want to be blamed for causing any kind of disturbance. So I'm going to link this story below. And again, this is the 13th largest, right? But like the quote says, and it's so right, because it's not the big boys, these are junk bonds. And there's a lot of losses that could stack up in the junk bond market. And I do believe that China, this is just my personal opinion, they're saying, hey, we got to take care of our own right now. So you do as much as you can to keep paying your onshore bonds and your debts. Offshore, push that out. And I know there's companies right now that are going to be taking huge losses this Christmas, writing things down, and we won't see those come out until like a month, maybe 2 months from now. To be able to show you what happened truly in the fourth quarter of 2021 as Evergrande was in full-blown collapse mode. All right, guys, I hope you got something from this. Again, if you haven't, if you've been watching this channel and you haven't subscribed, if you think about doing that, that'd be awesome. Thanks for all the people hitting the thumbs up button. It's helping me out. And I'm going to link this story below so you guys can take a look at it yourself, because I think it's a lot of great information. And as bad as I read, that's the last thing you need. So with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.